Where is future Gohan? And to give y'all a little context, right now we're on toyarena.com if you haven't peeped that already. But the reason why we're on this website is because I want y'all to see the release date. Expected release date, May to June 2023. So with that in mind, keep that in mind because we're going to compare and contrast with a different website. But the main thing is this figure should either be coming out this month or it should have already been out. Now the thing is, I highly doubt at this point that it's coming out this month because we haven't heard anything about it from Demoniacal Fit's Instagram page or anything of that nature. So with that, we could probably assume that it's most likely not going to appear, you know, because they would have been some type of promo like hurry up and pre-order it. It's up for pre-order. You know how Demoniacal Fit likes to do. They will bombard you with marketing for their product when it definitely is coming out. So when they're quiet about something, you can already tell like it's looking kind of iffy for it. But with that being said, let's move on to the other site. So now we on 5ktoys.com and we're on the page of the DF True Warrior figure, and of course you can see the price. True Warrior being future Gohan. Here we go. ETA 2023 Q2 to Q3. So quarter 2 to quarter 3. So basically the range of dates is not dramatically different, I'm gonna say, but noticeably different for sure. Cause a quarter is the first 3 months. Second quarter would be the next 3 months after those first 3, so the first 6 months. And then the third quarter would when would the third quarter end? January, February, March. That's the first quarter. April, May, June. Second quarter. So the second quarter is about to be done with this month. July, August, September. So they got until September to drop this if they're attempting to actually stick to this release date, which I don't think they are. And I'll get to that in a little bit. But also, let's not forget, there's another figure that they announced with this figure. The base Goku, Forever Martialist. Or Martialist Forever, sorry. What's it? Okay, quarter 2 to quarter 3. Now let's go back to Toy Arena real quick. I want to check the date. So, my bad. Went into all my windows. But, as you can see right here, April to May 2023. We haven't seen hide or hair of this figure being released. Now, this is actually low-key a figure I was looking forward to. I was looking forward to an updated base Goku. What's up with that? This was already supposed to be released. It's not like the future Gohan where we could say, alright, last minute somehow, some way, by a miracle, they could drop this figure. Now the biggest thing with these, and why it's such a big deal, at least for me, and maybe some of you could relate to it, some of you could be like, alright, bombastic, you being like a prima donna. The reason why this is such a big deal is because they've been all of a sudden releasing all these other figures, like the Kaioken Blue Vegeta. Now, to be fair, we've seen prototypes of that figure floating around since either the beginning of this year or a little bit before, like towards the end of last year, where we saw the prototypes for that figure. I'm gonna lean more towards the beginning of this year, but we've seen that figure. That figure was supposed to have released like almost like 2 years ago now, with the Kaioken Blue Vegeta. And it's now getting released. And in my opinion, a lot of the pressure is coming from them seeing what Kong is doing. Regardless of how you feel about the QC with Kong Studios in relation to Demonical Fit, I can't lie to you. Kong is producing at the very least they're producing. Demonical Fit is basically, they have whole schedules and not even really letting their people that they're selling through know about schedule changes and what's canceled and what's been moved back. just giving a little context to what you see on the screen. On the left hand side of the screen is a translation of the message that you see on the right, and basically it's talking about the scheduling delays with Demoniacal Fit. Also, shout out to Cyrus for these. Okay guys, so with all that being said, is it all doom and gloom for the future Gohan and this base Goku releasing, since they're basically already supposed to be out, or we should be seeing some type of in-hand photos or getting some type of reminders that these are coming out? I wouldn't say so. I think we should pay attention to the trends that Demoniacal Fit follows, especially if recent. What I mean by that is this. Notice they have a tendency to magically make things seemingly come out when Kong Studios is gearing up to release their thing. So, two of the most recent examples, in my opinion, is as soon as we started to get a lot of in-hand photos of those Super Saiyan 3s that's supposed to come out, all of a sudden, like I said, I think I might have said this earlier in the video, I record these in parts, but all of a sudden Golden Storm was ready? Come on now. And then, let's look at the announcement that Kong Studios made with their Sun Wukong Goku, where it's basically that cool art of Goku and Ultra Instinct. And they're saying, oh, this is going to be our Sun Wukong version of Goku. And then all of a sudden we got, as I called it, Goku with the bonnet, which is supposed to be Demoniacal Fit's Sun Wukong. So if we see that as a trend, we could definitely say whenever Kong Studio decides to release their future Gohan, and by the way, if you're new here, you might not know about that, since I haven't mentioned the future Gohan renders from Kong Studios in a while. But if you're new here, you might not know that Kong Studios did indeed have future Gohan renders, and they looked nice. So don't be surprised if all of a sudden out of nowhere, when Kong Studios decides to drop their future Gohan, then Demoniacal Fit decides to either announce something else about it, something new about it, or we start to see, oh, pre-orders are gonna go up. Pre-orders are gonna start to ship soon. Like all of a sudden. Like I said, riding the coattails. But I want to go a little bit deeper on that, and then we're gonna talk about the base Goku, and then of course we're gonna close things out. What I want to talk to y'all about, okay, so I just told y'all that this whenever Kong Studios comes out, but how about this question? When the hell is the Kong Studios gonna come out? Well, so this is a theory that Cyrus came out with during the Cooler, the whole thing when Cooler was revealed. He was like, yo, think about it. Kong Studios revealed a Vegeta where his armor was half torn off. He rarely ever looked like that in the series. One of the few times that he actually did look like that is in the Cooler movie. So he was like, what if the reason why Kong Studios did that particular look for Vegeta is because they already had caught wind before we knew about it that Metal Cooler was actually going to come out. And I was like, whoa, mind blown. So I'm going to apply that similar principle here. If Kong Studios is able to catch wind of a particular release that Tamashii does, more specifically 17 and 18, then we could possibly see a preemptive strike with their future Gohan, and off of that, of course, Demoniacal Fit will likely at least talk about this. I can't guarantee that's going to be released or anything like that, because it should already be about to be released, and who knows, they could prove me wrong, you know. But as of late, they've been kind of late with some of these releases. Their releases are on dated body molds, so you know it's really something. Now also, let's talk about the base Goku real quick. Base Goku, as we can see, should be out right now as we speak. It should be, but it's not. And they keep on revealing other new stuff, and that's of course, one of the frustrating things about Demoniacal Fit. Y'all saying this is gonna come out this time, and then you don't drop it, and then what you do is announce something that people care less about than the actual thing that was promised. Oh, well, at least in my opinion, y'all could feel differently. But basically, base Goku, Sayori's theory is that he was like, yo, don't be surprised if you don't see this base Goku actually materialize until around the time that the new Super Saiyan Goku from Tamashii Nations comes out. That way you can have the base form, you know, with the gi intact, of course, and all they have to really do is change the belt and the color of the gi. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, you know? But with that being said, this has been Bombastic Plastic. Thank you guys for watching as always, and stay fantastic. Okay, so it's overtime time. We gotta basically apply the same principle here. We probably won't hear about their evolutionary apex, Super Saiyan 5 Goku, until it's about time for the Super Saiyan 5 Gokus from Kong Studios to drop. So keep that in mind. But for real this time, peace.